Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. My name is Sarah. It's been a long time since I've made a video, but a company called Charteks reached out to me. This is their logo, and they wanted to know if I was interested in unboxing one of their products. And it's been a while since I made a video, and I thought, okay, let's try it. So this is my welcome back video, and we are going to try a new kit. I will have the links in the description for where you can get this kit. I chose the 3D neat knotted paper string light, and I got the one that's a dog. So there's a better picture on the back of what the dog should look like when it's done. I have a feeling mine isn't going to look that good, but we will see. If I can make one that looks that good, then we are rocking it and rolling. Okay, let me get everything out that came in the kit and I'll show you. All right, so what comes in the kit is the instruction booklet, which has, I'm hoping, good instructions. They are at least visual, which is nice. A large roll of this string. I mean, it's called string, but it's more like, I think it's called raffia. It's like that paper. Let me get in really close. All right, so it's like brown, rolled up paper. I think by looking at it, you'll know what I mean. It's more like a paper than it is a string. Okay, then we have a roll of double-sided tape and zip ties to hold the string on the form. And here's the form. It's a balloon. So you basically blow up the balloon, put this around it, use the glue to hold it all together and to stiffen it up. So it's very similar to like a paper mache. And then here's the accessories. So this is the accessories for the dog. And then here is the string light. All right, so it looks like the first thing you do is you blow up the dog form and put the tape around it. And at that point is when, this is gonna be the hard part. So making the dog, putting the tape on it, but then this looks like you have to kind of be artful with putting the string around, and then you secure it with zip ties and make it into quite a dense grid. Then you glue it together and pop the balloon, and then you attach the accessories. So I seem to have lost the footage where I explained what's going on here. I blew up the balloon and then you put this double-sided tape around it. I think I was maybe a little bit too worried about how perfect the tape was going to go around. It really doesn't matter in the end if it's in these perfect lines. The hardest part was getting the backing off the double-sided tape, and if you overlap your tape, then it's more annoying. So just be careful about that. Okay, so I'm trying to fit the dog as best I can in frame, but you can see I have taped him all up, and I added extra tape in a few places, like around the tail, which I think is going to be an awkward spot, and a little bit around the legs. I also set him up on this parchment paper because he'll stick to the tablecloth and cat hair will stick to him, etc. But this stuff, the parchment paper, it doesn't stick. So I think we're good. I still have some tape left, but I think he's pretty good, or like as good as he's gonna get, really. The next thing we need to do is start wrapping the string onto the tape. It says to start with going around his body. So I will do my best to put this on time lapse. It's not going to be a great video just because of the angle. This camera only goes up so high, but it should give you an idea of this process. And then I'll check back in with you. So when I first started out, I was very carefully trying to go along his body, do it equal distances apart from each string, Very, but after a while, you'll see it just starts to get really messy. And I was worried about that and it looking kind of stupid in the end, being messy and the strings going every which way. But in the end, it actually looked okay. So I wouldn't worry too much about that part. Okay, so here is Doggie. He is all wrapped up. And the next step is that we need to glue, and we're supposed to glue every single joint. Actually, we're supposed to trim the zip ties first, but I don't feel like doing that, so I'm gonna do it later. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put a lot of glue on this, and then you have to let it dry for 24 hours. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay, it has actually been quite a while since I put all the glue on this guy. I let it dry, and then I think I was not really good with my glue management. So after I finished, I used the whole bottle of glue that was provided. I was feeling these, and I was feeling some spots that were moving too much. So like, especially I missed in the front of his neck. I barely glued anything. And then I wanted to make the legs stronger. So I actually went to the dollar store and got another thing of glue so that I could reinforce it better. I know this video is going to be way too long, but I wanted to include just about everything I do. Sometimes people come because they do these videos because they're not sure what to do, so that's why I'm showing every step in detail. Okay, so what I'm trying to do here is keep the form of the legs and then push the balloon up into it. And because this stuff is stuck there with that double-sided tape, it's mostly the double-sided tape, not the glue, that's causing I'm not going to call it an issue because it's it's supposed to do that, but it's making it a little bit more difficult. So what I'm trying to do is sort of peel the balloon away from that stuff, and when needed, I'm just using these scissors as like a poker. I'm being pretty gentle, but you know, my roughness, so to speak. So I think these legs are going to be the worst. I think the tail is going to be really tough because the tail is tiny and I wrapped it really tightly. But I think the body should come apart pretty easily. So I'm just going to keep on going with that. I'll put you back on time lapse. Okay, so if I thought this was going to be a matter of just popping the balloon and easily just plucking it out, I was sadly disappointed. It's a process. Okay, the way I decided to tackle this is I actually cut off the tail of the balloon from the body, and I might try to cut the head off. That sounds horrible said out loud, but so that I can just take care of the body, and then I can take care of that like more delicate area. The head maybe not so bad, but the tail is going to be rough getting that out of there, especially up at the top. So I'm just keep on working here. I tried to twist up the balloon a little bit in the inside because it's pretty sticky on the outside, so I don't want to get it detached and then have it just re-stick itself. The very inner layer, as you can maybe see, sometimes when I pull on the balloon, the very inner layer of rope is stuck so well, like right there. Oh, that it kind of detaches. But I have so many layers on this side. I think I went a little bit more nuts with that side than the other side. It'll be interesting once it all gets out to see like how equally I did it. Again, this inner layer of string is kind of coming up. Anyways, I shall continue. I did in fact decide to cut the dog's head off inside, just the balloon. It was a little disturbing cutting it off, but it did make it easier to get the body out. Okay, so I'm trying to pull the balloon out. It's a little bit like giving birth The balloon is just slightly too big for the hole I'm trying to pull it out of. So I have the benefit that you don't have in real birth, that I can cut pieces off this. So I'm finding it helpful to just cut pieces off and then pull it through. It's so sticky that what happens is you get a little bit through and then it kind of sticks to itself and it's turning into kind of like a lumpy ball. So if I did this again, I might cut the balloon up into a few pieces before trying to pull it out, because what happened is you'll see it kind of loosened a bunch of these strings that I might want to glue down. We'll see. Does it stand up? Oh my gosh, it does stand up. So I still have to pull out the head balloon and the tail balloon, but the body is out and it's actually staying three-dimensional. So that's the thing I was most worried about, was that I would pull this stuff out and then the whole thing would collapse. I have never made anything like this before. So, I mean, I made paper mache maracas when I was in like grade 3 or something, but I'm going to say my mom probably did most of the work as they do when you're in grade 3. So, the head is collapsing quite nicely here. I do not want to ruin my nice pencil here. This is my nice drawing pencil. You don't need to know that. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm not sure if I should try to pull this out the belly hole. I guess so. I don't want to mess with the head. It's all right. Good. We can do another birthing here. This is like the placenta. I'm really sorry for the imagery. Okay. I guess it's more like a C-section here. And now just the tail. All right, so I'm probably going to change the angle and like film on the floor or something where you can see more of the dog. But I'm going to put on the ears, the eyes. I believe there's a nose. There's lights that I have to put on. I'm not sure. Yeah, that's the last step, is the lights. So I am going to attach the accessories. How do I attach them? Zip ties. Oh shoot, I already used all the zip ties. Okay, so if you do this craft, reserve some zip ties for the final step. Now I do have some other ones that we just have at home, so I will get those out. All right, thanks for your patience. Although I guess it was me doing all the work there. But I have switched to my kitchen floor. Sorry if it's dirty, it probably is. But I wanted to be able to get the whole dog in frame. And I was able to find 2 leftover zip ties from the kit. I found 2 big black zip ties. I know we have a ton, but my husband isn't here right now. Okay, I really hope all of this is in focus, but the eyes seem to have some kind of like holding on, like they're kind of like a, oh my gosh, what do you call that? Like a grommet, I think they call it. So the eyes and nose, I might not really need the twist ties so much. So let's see what I can do. I honestly don't know how they expect you to put this on, to be honest. Because for the ears, for example, there's a hole. So you can put the twist tie or the zip tie through the hole. But for the eyes, it's meant to be poked through something and then held on the other side. And there's just not really, there's no other way to hold it on. Maybe if I just squeeze it hard enough on like one string, maybe it'll stay. Okay, it's staying for now. Let's try the other side. For all of you who think, oh, I'll just start a craft channel, it'll be so easy. All you have to do is like do your crafts and film. There's a few more considerations with things like getting the focus in order. And like, this is a low quality production, my channel. So, all right, let's put some ears on. I'm gonna go for more towards the side and down since his eyes are, I need to balance out where I put his eyes. The instructions suggest using a nail clipper for this if you don't have one of these, I don't even know what's that called, a plier or something. Okay, oh, the nose. So I think I'll do the bell with a loose zip tie because it's like his collar, right? So it's okay if it hangs down. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Okay, his legs, the legs that I didn't do that good of a job on, the front leg is sort of collapsing a little bit like a slinky, but that's okay. Let's go zoom back out. All right, so finally you can see him now standing up. So the legs are okay. They're a little bit collapsed on the front, but that's not too bad. His face looks good. The eyes don't look too bad. That nose looks adorable. And now I just have to put the lights on him. Okay, so I'm all finished. I put on the LEDs. Unfortunately, when I turn on the LEDs, they don't work. Now, I don't know, it's not the batteries because the batteries are brand new. Whether I messed it up when I was playing around, twisting it around, and I disconnected a wire, I don't know because, of course, I didn't test them before I put them on. Smart. So that's my only problem with the kit is that the LEDs aren't working. And everything else is fine. I think the eyes, it'd be nice if I had a better way to stick the eyes on, maybe some hot glue to stick the eyes on because when I was wrapping up the LEDs, one of the eyeballs fell off. But other than that, it's a very cute kit. Like I was worried, the leg did collapse. Again, I didn't put enough up and down like struts for this leg. So if you're doing this kit, I would recommend that you carefully follow the instructions and do the 4 up and downs on the leg. And it was really fun. It was cute. It's going to look cute. It would look even cuter if the LEDs worked. But it's pretty cute anyways without them. And like I said, that might have been my fault when I was like, you have to be careful. These are just really thin wires. So I don't know if I messed that up. I won't fault the kit for that because probably somebody else's will work just fine. It's just the luck of the draw. But this was a fun project. So if you decide to make this project, let me know. And his little bell dings a lot. It's super cute. He's a cute little guy. And it was more successful than I thought it would be. So there you go. All right, so again, this is available from Charteks. I will put the information in the description box below. I hope you all have a really lovely day and a really lovely week. All right, bye.